Hi you guys, welcome to another video. In this video we're going to learn how to do, it's a cross puff stitch hat, and you can either do it as a beanie or a slouchy. And in the video of my hats, it's just me putting hats on a styrofoam head. It's a green puffy one. And I had a comment from someone who wanted me to do a video, so here it is. So first you're going to need your crochet hook. And this one I'm using a 5.5 with worsted weight. This is Red Heart. And scissors to cut your tails, and the needle to sew in your ends. But first I started with just a basic crown. So go to the video for the basic crown for your hat or slouchy or beanie, and do it for as many rows as you need for the width of the person you're making it for. So for this hat I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds, and I'm not sure how many stitches I have, but this will fit me. So this is probably for a large headed woman, which would be me. So after we got to the end of our increasing, chain 2 like always. Okay, this is not very comfortable. I'll figure it out. Okay, let me get closer so you can see what I'm doing. And this hat is really easy once you get started, and it's really beautiful. Okay, so we chained up 2. Here's our next stitch, or double crochet, but we're gonna skip that and go into the 3rd. Okay, so we're gonna go in. So I yarned over like I'm gonna do a double crochet. Go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, okay, and then we're going to yarn over again, go back in, grab, pull through 3, and then pull through 2, okay. I know, a little weird, but you'll get it. So now we've got to work into the stitch that we skipped. So we got to go backwards. So we yarn over again, just like we're going to double crochet, and go in to that back stitch, grab our yarn, pull through 2, yarn over, go back in, grab our yarn, pull through 3, and then pull through 2. So there's your first crossed puff stitch. Okay, so now we're going to skip over this one and go into the one in front of it. So again, yarning over, go into the stitch, grabbing our yarn, pull through, grabbing our yarn, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the hole, go into the stitch, grab, pull through 3, yarn over, and pull through 2. And there's our next stitch. Yarn over again. Now we're going to work in the back one, the one behind it. So going into the back stitch, grabbing our yarn, pulling through 2, yarning over, back into the stitch, grab our yarn, go through 3, and go through 2. So there's our second puff stitch. Okay, so skipping over this one, going into the one in front of it. So we yarned over, grabbing our yarn, pulling through the loop, grabbing our yarn, pull through 2, yarn over, back into the stitch, grabbing our yarn, through the loop, grabbing our yarn, pull through 3, grabbing our yarn, pull through 2. I hope you guys can see this. Alright, so now we're going into the back stitch that we missed, and going in, yarning over, pull through, yarning over, pull through 2, yarning over, back into the stitch, grabbing our yarn, pull through 3, grabbing our yarn, pull through 2. Okay, so there's our third one. And it really doesn't really start to take form until your second or third row, and it gets, I mean, it's really, really pretty. So it's worth the pain, but once you get into a rhythm, it's a lot faster than how it may seem right now. So skip over this one and going into our next, always remembering to yarn over, go in, grab the yarn, pull through, grab some yarn, pull through 2, yarn over, back into the stitch, grabbing the yarn, pull up a loop, pull through 3, pull through 2. Okay, so now we're going into the stitch that we missed. So yarning over, grabbing some yarn, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarning over, back into our stitch, pulling up a loop, come on, focus, pull through 3, and then pull through 2. Let me zoom out a little bit, maybe that's 2. Okay, so the biggest part is remembering, you know, where to put your hook and how many times to go back in. So skipping this one, going in to the one in front, yarning over, pulling in, go into the stitch, grabbing our yarn, pulling up a loop, grabbing our yarn, pull through 2, yarn over, back into the stitch, grabbing some yarn, pull through 3, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the back stitch, pull up a loop, go through 2, yarn over, back into the stitch, grab yarn, pull up a loop, go through 3, go through 2. I'm going to do this a couple more times with you, skipping over, okay, skipping. I need to zoom in closer, you can't see. Okay, so skipping this one, going into that one, putting in our hook, yarned over, grabbing, pulling up a loop, pulling up another loop, go through 2, yarn over, back into the stitch, grabbing yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, and then pull through the last 2. Yarn over, going into the back stitch. It might be easier for you to go in this way, but it's easier for me. I kind of turn my work a little bit. And if you need to pull down or pull apart to see it, that helps. So we need to go in here. So we yarned over. Now we're going in to the back loop. So grabbing yarn, pulling up a loop, yarning over, pull through 2, yarning over, back into the stitch, grabbing the yarn, pull up a loop, pull through 3, pull through 2. One more. Okay, so skipping the next one, going in front of it, yarning over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, going back into the stitch, yarn over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, pull through 2. And then we'll do the back. Yarn over, go into the back, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, going back into the stitch, pulling up a loop, pull through 3, and then pull through 2. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Woo! Okay, so this is what you're starting to form. This is the outside. This is the outside of your hat. So if you can see, well, you can see on your own work, but they cross each other. And once you've done a few rows of this, it really looks cute. So we're going to do that all the way around, and then I'll show you how to go up to the next row. So hold on 1 second. I'm going to find a hat that I've already started. You guys can just listen to the pre-music while I find my hat and all this crap. I'm gonna have to show you guys all the crap that I have. Piles of it. Piles and piles of crap. I'll show you. Okay. Alright, so here's one that I've been working on. Because I don't feel like sitting there and doing the whole hat on camera. No offense. So this is one that I've been working on, and I'll show you. It comes out really cute. See? Isn't that cute? And you can, like I said, you can turn it into a slouchy, whatever. So, but we work always from the inside out. And I had to cut my yarn, so I'm gonna have to reattach some yarn. Let me find where I'm at. Okay. Okay. So, oh, this is going to be harder to see. I need like a white background. I hope you guys can see that. Okay. So, heroes in the middle of a row. So, when you get to the end of your round, on this one, when you get back around to the yarn 2, I'm sorry, to the chain 2, you're going to connect in the top of your chain. So you're going to do a slip stitch and then chain 2. But I'll show you when we get to it. So this is what the top of your stitches are going to look like. You're going to work into the front one first and then the back. So go into your stitch, yarning over, pulling up a loop, yarning over, pull through 2, yarning over, back into the stitch, yarning over, pull through 3, pull through 2. Okay, and then going into the back stitch, and they get a lot easier to see the farther down on the hat you go. So much easier. And by that row, you'll already have gotten pretty familiar with the stitch, that you'll be working much faster. Or at least I hope so. You might have to watch the video a couple times and just practice to get it down, but that's okay. Okay, I'm running out of yarn, so I'm going to attach some yarn. This is how I attach yarn. I don't like knots tied. So there's the end of that one. And I've been meaning to do a video on changing colors, because you really don't want to tie new colors into your work. It just doesn't look good. Okay, drop that. Alright, so now I gotta go into the back. So yarn over, go into the back stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, into the back stitch, pull through 3, pull through 2. Okay, sorry. Next stitch, working into the front part of the next cluster. It's really, I know it's probably hard for you guys to see with this brown yarn. Yarn got tangled. And I'm just having all types of problems. It's all knotted up. Alright, I got it. Okay, let me back out a little bit. Yarning over, going into the front loop of our cluster. Yarning over, go back in, pull up a loop, pull through 3, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop, go through 2, yarn over, back into the stitch. Grab a loop, pull through. Uh-oh, gotta do it all again. Yarn over, go through 2, go through 3, go through 2. Okay, I'm gonna kind of pick up speed so I can get to the end and show you guys how to chain up, because after that you guys will be good on your own once you can see how to go up onto the next row, because every row is exactly the same as this right here, except for when if you want to put a brim. You don't have to, you can just keep doing this to the length that you want. If you want to do like a half double or a single stitch brim, just stop an inch or two to where you want your hat to end, and then just do like 3 rounds of single crochet just to give it a little finish. There's lots of ways that you can finish off a hat though, you don't have to do single. That's what I do because I like the slouchy hats, and the longer of a brim you put on your hat, the more of a slouchy effect it's going to have. So I make pretty big brims on my hats. And if the person doesn't like a longer brim, they can always fold it up. I mean, as you start to get this stitch, it really does become easy. Okay, so we've come to our next round. See that? And this is the only thing about this hat I don't like, is I have not figured out a way to hide my seam. Once it's on, you really can't see it, but I know where it is, and you do now. Why is it getting dark like that? Ooh, sorry about that. So here's my seam. This is where we're chaining up to, okay? So, right there. Come on, camera. 1, 2. And that is where we're connecting. So, not up here, the one below it. And again, this is one of those stitches that are kind of fiddly. You gotta get it in there. Pandora's talking again. Alright, slip stitch that bad boy on in there. Okay, so you slip stitched into there, and then you chain 2. Let me make that be quiet. Sorry. Chain 2, okay? So here's our seam. Here's the next stitch. There's the one we want to go into, the front one. Remember, we want to skip over the back one. So yarn over, go into that stitch, working a cluster or a puff, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and then going into the one in between your chain, the one behind it. And that's it. I mean, that's all you're going to do. So you're going to keep doing the puffs for the length, for the body of the hat that you want, for how long you want it. And my hats, let me back up now. My hat's to the length that I want it before I start working my brim. So this is exactly the length that I want it at. I'll let you get up a little closer. Wrong way, Jennifer. This camera takes a little while to adjust. So if you can see that, I mean, it's really pretty. And once it's on and it's stretched out a bit, you can really see the detail in the work. And I forgot my foam head in my car, but see that? See how pretty that is? So it's worth the pain of learning this stitch because it's just so pretty. And you can use this stitch in blankets and scarves, and once you've gotten it down, it's really easy. I mean, you may have to watch the video a couple times, but that's okay with me. We'll become besties. I'm a dork. But so for this one, alright, flip it inside out. And that, see, look, it inside out looks cute too. So really this could be a reverse, see that seam? It could be a reversible hat because it looks cute both ways. If you guys have any ideas on how to get rid of that seam, I am more than open to figuring it out. So I'm just pulling out my last stitch because I was done when I connected. I just wanted to show you guys how to chain up. So I'm gonna just do a couple rows of single crochet. So we're gonna do it just regular single crochet into every stitch. That's it. And if you don't, because what's gonna happen is from working from this stitch onto a single, it's gonna make the hat much tighter at the brim. So if you don't want that tightness, then you can just go up a needle size. But like I said, this is gonna be kind of a slouchy. So I want that to be a little tighter so it hangs on their head. So I'm gonna go into the first stitch now and just work like normal, and don't pull tight on these stitches, and just do a single crochet into every single stitch. I'm not gonna ever work with brown again on camera because I don't think it looks well, and apparently the camera can't even focus on it well. So I'm just gonna single crochet. And if you guys got anything out of this video, please subscribe and like my video. If enough people like them and subscribe, then I'll keep doing it. If not, then you know, what's the point? So let me know. You guys can give me any pointers, feedback, ideas, what you would like to see be made, or what you would like to learn how to make. If I don't know how, we can learn together. You know, start a nice crocheting community. Check out Bob Wilson. She's one of my favorites. Mikey's Mail, he's awesome. And Yolanda, I can't remember her name. Yolanda, I can't remember, but she's really good too. And then of course, Art of Crochet, Teresa, she's awesome. So I mean, there's lots and lots of good online resources and people to hook up with and learn. So like I said, just single crocheting all the way around. And before I even started, I should have put a marker where my single crochet starts, which is here, but I'll be able to know because of this big ass seam. Excuse my French. It bothers me. Yeah, I cuss, so I'm sorry. It'll slip out every once in a while, especially if I'm tired like now. Sorry, Mom. I know she's not watching this far in one of my videos because she doesn't crochet. So single crochet all the way around, and you're just going to do this for the length that you want your hat. And I don't think you can ever make your brim too big, because like I said before, you can always fold it up. Alright, so now I'm back around because of the big ass seam. So just single crochet. You don't have to chain up or anything. Just single crochet into every single crochet. And I hope you enjoy or got the tutorial. You could understand my bad teaching, and I hope you're able to make the hat and wear it or give it as a gift, because it's a really awesome hat. So like I said, just keep going on your brim, and that's that. If you guys take pictures of your creations and email it to me, I'd really appreciate it. And have a good one. Take care. Bye.